Mike Steele here with BBQ Champs Academy, and we are so glad to have everyone joining us tonight. We're looking for a great show. We've got a couple of special guests with us tonight. Jennifer and Kirk is with us. Very good, dear friends. Joey Smith with Texas Chrome and the Texas Chrome Heroes Foundation. Looking forward to talking to this young lady and this young man that's recently got into barbecue. From what I found out, was the COVID last year hit. They were tired of being quarantined and wanted to get out and have a little bit of fun. So they was like, hey, let's get into barbecue. And they've known Joey for a long time. Kirk certainly has. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that tonight, a little bit about their barbecue journey. We're going to have Joey on here as a special guest host with me. And looking to have a lot of fun. If y'all got any questions for any of us tonight, certainly let us know. We got folks already coming on. We got Mr. Brandon on here. Appreciate you being here. And John, glad to have you here. Emily, thank you for being here. We got folks steadily coming on. So as you come on, let us know. And we will we'll certainly give you a shout out that you're on our show. We appreciate it. We're looking once again forward to a great show tonight. You know, a lot of times we're trying to come up with different content and different ideas, and if there's something that you really would like to see, maybe a guest or something, why don't you let us know? We'll reach out to them. We got a lot of folks that we're always trying to get on, and we try to have a very broad audience. We want to give, obviously, our steak grill masters and barbecue pit masters a chance to be on the stage and talk, but it's not always about them. We want to bring in people like, you know, Ed Riley when we had him on with B&B Charcoal, David with Gunnar Wilheim, Dustin with the barbecue superstore, or the barbecue store, excuse me, not the superstore, the barbecue store. We've had Brian Crawford on. We're going to get Chuck and Vanessa on here pretty soon too. That's another one. I just saw that they popped on. So Chuck and Vanessa, we certainly want to try to get you guys on the show at some point in time. So we really try to bring a broad, diverse of guests on our show. So if there's somebody though that you are interested in seeing, let us know and we'll certainly reach out. We're thinking about trying to get some of the people that have taken our class. Tonight we've got two people that have taken Joey's class, so we're going to talk to them about barbecue. But I see that we've got several others that are still coming on here. Caitlin, I would certainly love to have you on the show. Got Scott on here as well. Appreciate it. He's made me envious when he just got to finish cooking some steaks and said he's going to be sitting eating some nice big ribeye steaks. And not very fair, Scott, but that's all right. And we'd like to get you on the show maybe. Got Rick. Glad to have you with us, Rick. I think that would be a great lineup with Rick, Scott, and Caitlin and Brandon on here. I can't think of no three finer people to be on that have bought a lot of our classes and done very, very well. So we appreciate it. We've also got Lucas, and if I recall, he's from the land down under, all the way from Australia. We appreciate you being on here. There's Brian, thank you for being here. Chuck and Vanessa, once again, thank you for being here. I see we got the champ on himself, Mr. Terry Roan, 2018 SCA World Champion. So let's see, Jennifer's dad, Lindell and Becky from Illinois say hi. That's right, and I do remember Jennifer telling me that she was from Illinois. So I see we got the world champion in the house tonight, Miss Marissa. Certainly do appreciate you being here. And I know that you're fixing to hit the comp trail hot and heavy now that you've got out of school. So good luck. I expect to see Miss Consistent doing what she does, being consistent and having a lot of fun cooking. So let's see. Caitlin, what we got here? Tell us when we would be honored to be on the show. Well, it may be very soon. It could be as early as next week. I've got one other guest that we're trying to look to get on for next week in the barbecue arena. And then I am wanting to kind of reach out to some of the people that have taken our classes. And you three or four here came to mind. Caitlin, Rick, Scott, and Brandon certainly like to have all of y'all on. Y'all are always on our show, big supporters, and we do appreciate that more than anything. Let's see. Before we get started, I do want to do one thing. I always like to get out and thank our partners because we could not do what we do, especially this show, without our partners and helping us get the rubs out that's in our classes. You know, one of the things that we do have is we have these classes. You go in, you see all the videos of which rubs they're using and how to apply them and stuff, but we are really thankful that we've got some great partners in here that carry almost 95% of the rubs that we have, and we are grateful for that, that we can direct our customers to a one-stop shop or maybe two or three different places that they can get their rub. Well, everybody's got their favorite company. If it's like me, you may have two or three suppliers that you buy from. There's nothing wrong with that. But we do have some great people with us. First up, Danny Helm with Be Extreme Barbecue. They've been with us from the very beginning. We do appreciate Danny and his support on being on Barbecue Champs Academy. Also, B&B Charcoal. Certainly do appreciate them. Brian Crawford at Lone Star Barbecue Pro Shop. He also carries a great rub called the Crawford's Barbecue Pit Products. So we're certainly glad to have him. Vanessa and Chuck at Papa Joe Grilling Supplies in Hutto, Texas, just right down the street from Joey. They carry a lot of rubs. Hey guys, I was on there browsing around through your website a couple days ago, and man, you've got just about everything as well. And we do appreciate you being on also. Gunnar Wilheim, Mr. David, he was on our show last week. We're going to talk a little bit about what David has done for the Texas Chrome Heroes Foundation. Joey, make sure that I remind you, or you remind me to talk a little bit about that as well. Also, we got Tapacue. Certainly are excited to see about this new dual sensor tip probe that they are working on. I'm going to be reaching out to Gina sometime this week to see how that's coming. I think this is going to be a game changer for SCA, and I'm looking forward to doing it, using it, even in my IBCA competitions. And finally, we've got Dustin Stanley with the barbecue store down in Hempstead, Texas. Dustin carries about every rub known to mankind. He's always looking to get the hottest rubs out there, and he's got quick turnaround service on all his shipping his stuff as well. So we certainly do appreciate Dustin with the barbecue store down in Hempstead, Texas. And he's done a lot of great things to help the Texas Chrome Heroes Foundation as well. He's had a big competition they had back in March. And if I recall, I think that's where we're going to find out our guest tonight. Got a chance to cook with Joey in the Texas Chrome Heroes Foundation. I'd say we got a couple more people that's commented hello from the emergency room. Oh, woo, I hate to hear that, Mary. I hope everything is all right. Not even a blood clot in my calf won't stop me from watching your show. Man alive, we have got some loyal listeners right there. Thank you so much, Mary. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. We got Paul here, and I hope the blood clot goes away. Let's not get past that. I'm glad you're getting treatment for it because you don't want to play around with the blood clot in your leg, but I appreciate you being here. Paul, thank you for being here, and we also got Christopher being here as well. Hey, Jennifer, Kirk, we're so proud of you and happy for y'all. Love, Rita and Christopher. So, well, first of all, we want to get started. We want to go ahead and bring in our guest host for the night, Mr. Joey Smith with Texas Chrome and the Texas
Hello,
Chrome
everybody.
Heroes Foundation. Hey, buddy, how are you doing?
Man, doing fabulous. How you been doing?
Man, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I'm looking forward to having me a guest host. You know, Ronald and John Lindsay, they have a duet every Monday night. And if you didn't catch their show last night, well, don't worry, nobody did. They did take off last. They
Yes.
did take off Monday because it was Memorial Day. And if you're wanting to catch another great show, you can catch that on Monday night. Their pre-show is at 7:15. Their live show goes live on Monday night at 7:30. It's the Arcasippy Smoke Live, and it's hosted by Ronald Burns and John Lindsay. They do a fantastic job
They
on
do.
their show as well, and we appreciate it. But that's why you didn't get a chance to catch them. But I'm kind of looking forward to maybe having one of my guys help me out every once in a while. And we had Joey on the show last week. I thought it was only fitting to kind of get Joey to come back. Number one, he knows Jennifer and Kirk very well. Very lifelong friend with Kirk. Kirk was telling me, known him for over 20 years. And but at the same time, we know that you had a really big weekend this weekend with the Texas Chrome Heroes Foundation. I
Yes.
want to thank, number one, everybody from the bottom of my heart for those that supported the Texas Chrome Heroes Foundation fundraiser that we put on last week on our show. We had a goal of $5,000. We got to $3,000 that was donated in the 1 week, and I really do want to thank everybody for that. But not only that, I want to reach out also and thank uh, David,
David,
with
yes.
Gunnar Wilhelm, he called me, or not, he didn't call me, he sent me an email the next day and said, I want to donate $1,000 worth of knives to the Texas Chrome Heroes Foundation. Can you get me in touch with Joey? And I said, absolutely. I forwarded the email to Joey. And I want to thank David Gunnar Wilhelm for sending $1,000 worth of cutlery to the Texas Chrome Heroes Foundation.
Appreciate it, David. That's going to be a blessing for us, and it's definitely going to go to good use, especially a great product. Thank you.
Yeah, there's no doubt. So tell us real quick how you did this weekend. I know that you was down there with the foundation at the cook-off in Tomball, Texas. It was a doubleheader, a lot of heavy hitters, stacked field. Let's talk a little bit
Yes,
about that, and then we're going to get Kirk and Jennifer on.
it was a great event. We're enjoying these CBAs in this fourth meat category. It's really bringing on some new light, new cooking, single round stuff. Now we can actually start seeing scores and getting some feedback, and this is going to help the cooks grow and get better. So
Right.
great organization. The VFW Tomball people were open arms for us. Thank y'all. It was the hospitality was out of bounds. We had a great first day there. I think we got sixth or fifth overall the first round. Of course, we're new at cooking up the competition style pork because we're moving on to the KCBS stuff instead of our regular old
Right.
pork that we used to cook. So looking to get better at that. Our veterans, we got to have some visit with us. Memorial Day weekend was hard to get some guys that teamed up, so we had some from the VFW come to hang out and just kind of stayed with the team and watched what was going on and took all the leftovers home with them. So that was
Okay.
all good too.
That's
And
great.
then we had a good showing. For me, the first to get the walks in the top tens we've been doing right now, and those double headers there. I think we ended up at 11th overall. Almost got a top 10 overall for Sunday. So I don't have the sheets here in front of me. You know me, I
Right.
get ADD. I
Yeah.
can't keep up with these things week in and week out.
I absolutely understand that. That's for sure. Well, there's a lot of good things going on, and I don't think we really got a chance to talk about it last week because we was really more pushing the fundraiser stuff for the Texas Chrome. I love the organization, the foundation. I love what you're doing to help these men and women. The Texas Chrome Heroes Foundation, and I imagine most of y'all was with us last week. I do know we got a few people that are new, but to let you know what the Texas Chrome Heroes Foundation is, it was created for men and women who suffer or who served in the military or first responders that are suffering from PTSD. And Joey has an application that if you are suffering from this, you want to come into his foundation and cook. He pays all your expenses to get you there, puts you under his arms, and just shows you everything there is to competition barbecue. Let you cook, let you do it, hands on. Am I getting all this right, Joey?
Yes, sir. You're doing great. And then,
Pick it
though
up from there.
even we try to make it family oriented now as we're expanding. If it's got a kids queue, we definitely want you to bring your kids, your family, your wife with you because this is something you are going to take home and really carry on. Because after you get done with the event, a week or so later, we're going to send you a new pit in the mail, and then of course we're going to send you some 30 recipes from Barbecue Champs of the backyard stuff to cook as well. So you'll
There you go.
we look forward to having you guys on board. And you can go to texaschrome.org is our application process. You can go fill it out there. Give us your information. I'll get back with you, and we'll find you a date. We've got our schedule set there, and we've got some place that you may like to cook that you know about that's here.
Right.
Tell us about it. We may be able to put that on the schedule as well.
Yeah. Well, that's what I love about it. I really like the fact that you go in and you not only do you pay all their expenses to
Good to
get
see you,
there,
Terry.
and but then after they leave, you send them all the smokers, drums, whatever they're cooking on. You give them all that and ship it directly to them.
Yes,
And
we
to
do.
me, that is an amazing deal right there.
And
It
then I
really
hook up
is.
with you, and we give them a sign-in code, and they get to have those
Yeah,
backyard recipes. So
that's it. That's it. That to me is what it's all about. And letting them continue just to keep cooking and having fun and having that relief to be able to enjoy their life again without the stress and the worries, to just let them just decompress and have fun and go cook. And
yes.
not only that, but I also understand that you are. that you're going to be working with John Lindsay and working on getting them into the SCA as well.
Correct. We're working on growing in that division right now. I'm working on getting the hardware. We're building another trailer to be separate from the other rig if the other rig is possible, because I feel like we'll be double dating, because you know how it is. There's going to be a lot
Right.
going on in SCA, and there's going to our barbecue. We're going to push harder for that now. Now that we're kind of getting open back up, we've got to get back on the trail and get hot and heavy. So we're going to have two teams running separate ways. So looking
Right.
forward to it.
That's good. Well, Brian said I did the program. I did my first comp in West Texas,
Yes.
and I got a
Yeah.
call in ribs.
He got his
That
first walk this weekend to cook solo. Dang, man, that was a good job, Ryan.
man,
That
that
was
is
awesome.
absolutely awesome, Brian. That is awesome. Well, that to me is what it's about, getting these men and women in and helping them. And then just like this, he goes out and gets a walk. He's making friends with all the barbecue family. And to me, that's what it's all about. So,
Good to hear
well,
from you, Ryan.
I tell you what, let's get our guest in for the night. We've
Bring
got
him in. Let's
Jennifer
see who we
and
got.
we've got Jennifer and Kirk. I'm gonna go get this big banner off my head. So we already know it's barbecue champs. So let's get that out of the way. Hey guys and gals, how y'all doing?
Doing good.
Good. Thanks for having us.
Well, I tell you what, we appreciate it. Joey was kind of telling me how happy he was for you guys and what y'all have done and it's a pretty amazing story, and I just wanted to get you guys on. It's not every day that you get a team that goes out and knocked out a couple back-to-back grand champions, and that's kind of new to this. So and I love the name. Atomic Barbecue Cooking Team. I mean, when I saw Atomic, I was like, okay, you got my attention now. So
It's
let's
exactly
first
what we're
start.
going for.
Yeah, let's first start with how did the Atomic Barbecue come in?
I'm not sure. We watch a lot of Big Bang Theory, so
Yeah.
I like those too.
I think that's kind of what it is.
I got you. That is hilarious.
That's funny.
So let's see. Let's see where to start. First of all, how long have y'all been cooking?
We just started cooking last year competition. Um, we got kind of bored during quarantine and decided we needed something to do. So Kirk came up with the idea of let's start a competition barbecue team. And I was like, all right, that sounds adventurous.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
We always have a thing together that we like to do adventurous things. So why not just go all in?
Right.
Hey, go big or go home is what I always say.
That's
So
Right?
you got to jump in. I knew you before you was famous, is what Sherry said.
it.
So there you go. Oh goodness gracious! So last year was y'all's first year to get into competition. Let's start with you, Jennifer. Did you have any kind of background into barbecue? Is this something that you've always had a passion to? Did you have an influencer when you was growing up as a young lady? Did you have somebody, a mother, a father, a uncle that taught you barbecue or not?
So I grew up in Illinois, so competition barbecue was not a big thing in my town. I grew up in a town of like 500 people, so super small farming town. So we did backyard barbecue, and that's what I grew up knowing. And then when I got here to Texas, I kind of started hearing about it. And then when Kirk and I got together 3 years ago, we've kind of went to a few competitions and just kind of watched and everything else. But
Right.
and last year we dove all in.
Okay. So no big background, not a lot of cooking when you was
No,
growing up. Okay.
no, not a lot.
Okay. Kirk, what about you, man?
I did a little bit of it years ago, and just kind of it's like you just do the local ones.
Right.
Didn't really travel, just do the small ones within the radius of Austin area,
Right.
and then kind of got out of it due to work. And then like she said, once quarantine hit, there was nothing else to do, and it was like, what better time to start a barbecue team and spend a bunch of money than right now? I mean,
Touche.
yeah, yeah,
I think
yeah,
everybody wanted out of the house at that point.
yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah, everybody was getting sick of it. So how long have you known Joey? And how did you meet Joey?
I've known Joey for several years. He's been a friend of the family for a long time. We live in the same town, so obviously in a small town, everybody knows Joey. If you talk barbecue, they say, "Hey, do you know Joey Smith?" And, yeah, of course, you have to say
Yeah,
yes. You know Joey Smith.
we were at
Yeah.
Chili's earlier today,
Yeah,
and Kirk and I happened to be saying something about barbecue and to each other, and the bartender was like, "Oh, do you know Joey Smith?"
yeah, yeah. You
I
can't
was
walk
like, "All
through the town without.
right."
Yes.
That is too funny. Joey, you're a legend, man. Did you know
Yeah,
that?
he is.
Well, well, before I could get any good, I wasn't gonna leave my hometown and embarrass myself. So it probably took me about 5 years. So they had to eat all my barbecue here.
Right.
That is great. So you're rolling along. You get started last year. COVID's got everything locked
Yeah.
down. You lovely couple decide, hey, let's get out and go do something together because we can't do nothing stuck in this house. Y'all dive off into barbecue competitions. So tell me how that worked out.
It was horrible.
Train
We
wreck.
drove
Yeah.
It was quite an expensive hobby at first. Well, it
Yeah.
still is, but it was really bad at first. There's
Right.
a lot of trial and error. There's a lot of throwing away perfectly good food. Um,
we didn't really know what we were doing, so we just kind of went and did. Like, we practiced at home when we got our pits in, and we practiced at home. I think we ended up eating barbecue every single night
mhm,
for a good 2.5 months.
yeah.
And
Trying to
it was trying to perfect it. And
trying to
you know,
perfect it.
we
Yep.
Mhm,
exactly, but we definitely learned that what we think tastes good is
uh,
definitely probably not going to taste good in all these towns.
right.
Well, that's true. I mean, that's one of the hard things about the IBCA, Lone Star, the BCA, all that. You're not cooking for certified judges. You're cooking for people right off the street.
Yeah.
Right.
And to me, that's the key. Can you figure out how to cook good barbecue? So, you know, um, a lot of people don't understand that. They want to try to cook something that's way out of bounds, and then the average person that comes in that's judging these things are like, "Man, what have we got going on here?" So this is
Mhm,
this is not this is not a flavor that I'm familiar with. This is like way
mhm,
too rich, way too salty, way too
Yeah.
usually it's so they watch Barbecue Pitmaster and they go, yeah, get the sugar and just line it up and make it so sweet it kills your teeth, and people usually don't like that.
right.
Yeah. And we had
So
no idea. I mean, no idea what we were doing. We didn't know anything about brines, injections, anything. So we just kind of went into it blind and rolled with the punches as we went along.
yep, and steadily getting hammered. So you
Mhm.
roll
Yep.
off. That was last year. Then you roll off this year. And I guess Kirk, did you reach out to Joey for some help, or how did that
Uh,
work? In the
yeah, it was that point where we needed help. I think our total winnings last year probably wouldn't fill up a tank of gas. But yeah, so it was time to change. It was time to do something else.
Yeah.
I got you.
So yeah, so I reached out to Joey and I was like, I mean, we need to do something different. So we signed up for his class, and uh, I tell you that was a total 360-degree turn right there, taking the class from
Yeah,
what we did before. There's
yeah,
just there's small things that you don't realize it until you have somebody that Joey has spent probably 18 plus years doing this, and
right.
he's able to share that with the rest of us, which is amazing. And we just kind of took it, and luckily for her, she wrote a lot of notes, uh, so that helped out. And
Right.
yeah, we just kind of took it from there.
Yeah, that's the big thing is just getting that little knowledge of
Hmm.
information like, wow, this is eye opening, right? I mean, to me, I think that's the biggest thing that I hear of people that have taken our classes. They're just like, God, this is so eye opening. I mean, I was doing everything wrong,
Hmm.
so
Pretty
you
Exactly.
know,
much.
and I've done
I'm like,
spent
what are you
thousands of
talking about?
dollars, and after
Uh-huh.
spending thousands of dollars, I don't even have enough money to put a tank of gas in my car, as you just
Exactly.
said.
That's where we were
And
at.
yeah, I mean that is a big thing. So you take his class, you go, and then I guess that's when you decided you wanted to cook with him. Is that correct? Down in the barbecue store where Dustin Stanley is, and back in March, was that the first time that y'all cooked with the Texas
We
Crawford?
were in Honda. They went with us
Yeah.
to Hondo, Texas,
Yeah,
with
to
the
Honda.
Yeah.
foundation. And they
Okay,
got to come
okay.
do hands-on with the veterans, and then they saw the recipe that they bought live on Barbecue Champs happen right in front of them. Then they got to taste it and went, "Holy cow!"
Like now we get
Right.
it. Now we
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah,
It makes it look easy.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
not
it was
only,
really, it was
go
so
ahead.
cool being able to be there with the foundation and actually getting to see what we had learned on the classes live in person. And I mean, not only getting to see that, but being there and supporting the foundation and, getting to even meet all the veterans that were there. That was just all around. It was a really, really cool weekend.
Hmm.
I haven't got a chance to do that yet, and I really want to. Tell me what you guys' experience was with that, to be able to see the veterans come in, um, how Joey interacts, because I've got visions of how Joey is. I love him as his dad, but tell me what y'all saw. Newcomers coming in, y'all are new to the barbecue family. You come in, he invites you into the foundation to be with these men and women. What was your overall experience? How Joey interacted, and let's start, and then well, your overall, and then your overall experience of how the whole thing was after it was all done.
I mean, I think overall, like watching Joey interact with the veterans was pretty cool because I have seen Joey like, cook in his backyard and things like that. But watching him in the moment with the veterans and seeing him kind of step back and just let them take the reins was really, really cool. And, he
Okay.
would guide them and do everything, but they truly do get that experience of they're there, they're in it, they're cooking, and he's kind of stepped back and lets him go, and it's really cool for those guys to get to do that, and that for me was just really awesome to see, and being able to see the veterans kind of, I think we've said it already today, is just sit back and kind of relax and kind of forget about everything else.
Right.
And so I think that barbecue does that for everybody. And I mean, it definitely takes stress off us, and we've definitely not had that kind of stress that these men and women have had. So I think it's an awesome, awesome thing that they get to experience.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I mean, like we get to sit with the veterans during
During the awards.
or even during the process. I mean, you have a lot of waiting time, and these guys would sit next to us, and they're just like you and I. To me, when get sitting there and talking to them, and explaining, hey, what it is you guys do, just knowledge, just information that they want to share, or something that we share with them. I mean, it's cool. I mean, the barbecue world it's different. It's a good
Yeah.
bunch of people.
It's a great family, is what it
Oh
is. And
yeah, absolutely.
I think I see Joey tearing up over there. I don't see him
Easy.
story.
You'll see nothing happening over here.
Nothing,
What are
nothing.
you doing in there?
Yeah, yeah. Every
Well,
time I get Joey on the show, I keep needing to buy stock and Kleenex before I start these shows. So,
Right.
but to me, I think Jennifer, you kind of nailed it on the head. I mean, that is the way Joey is. Joey is a great teacher, and he gives you the information, and then that doesn't surprise me that he lets them jump in and just do it. And if I would knowing what Joey would do, he's just kind of watching them and just letting them do their thing. And if there's something that he feels like he might need to correct them with, he might step in and say, "No, try this," and then he's going to let them do it. That's just the way
Right.
he is. Is
And
that kind of what you? Is that what you
oh,
saw?
sorry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely. That is 100% on point. And I think also to point out, we also kind of got to watch the kids queue go on too. So that is also something that the foundation also does with the kids that the vets or the first responders bring with them, and to see those kids' faces light up like while they're cooking on their grills, and they're really doing it all on their own, and it's so cool to see like they truly feel like they've accomplished like the world.
Mhm.
Right.
It was a lot of
Yeah.
fun.
And so, yeah, they do an amazing job with these kids. So
That's
I think on
awesome.
the flip side, that's another like huge asset to this foundation.
Absolutely. That's awesome. So you jump in, you see how Joey's interacting, you get a chance to literally visit, talk, sit with the vets,
Hmm.
do awards, the whole 9 yards. And then you come out of this, you've already taken his classes, you've seen it in action as well. And then you get out on your own, and y'all really start hitting the ground running at this point, from what I
Oh,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
from what Joey's told me. So
Yes, sir.
so you get out, and I guess in the last 2 months, I know y'all had back-to-back grand champions, including this weekend, and it was a big competition that y'all won in Lone Star. Tell us a little bit about that. What happened? I mean, you can lead it up to that. So let's start.
Sure.
You came out of the classes. You've taken his class. Where did y'all go from there? Y'all had done terrible, couldn't even fill up a tank of gas, with your winning. So what happened after that?
So yeah, after that we came home and we actually kind of splurged and bought a porch trailer.
There you go. Wow.
I don't know why we
Yeah.
thought that was a really great idea if we didn't had no idea what we were doing.
Yeah.
But so then we headed to Gulfweight for their state championship kickoff in Lone Star.
Okay.
And that was really the first time that we actually got to put our classes to work. And it was just Kirk and I, and we had to fend for ourselves and figure it out. And I had my notes out and everything. And at the end of the day, all the stress and everything else of it being the first competition out of the classes, walking away with the GC, which we actually tied for GC, and the
Right.
brisket was the tiebreaker, and we got first in brisket that cook-off. So,
Heck yeah.
um, and it was our
Right.
first brisket ever that we placed first place. So,
Yeah.
it was such a cool feeling and cool competition. But it really kind of opened our eyes to, oh my gosh, like look at everything we took away from these classes and look what's happening.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, not only did we get another trailer, we also Joey taught us how to cook on a drum,
Hmm.
which that
Okay.
was another thing that we had no idea what we were getting into.
Right.
We went from a stick burner to a drum, which I mean that was completely new to us. So this was our first time to cook on a
Right.
drum and win our first grand champion
Wow.
for a state cook-off. Yes,
Wow. And that was just right out the gate, right after taking
Yeah.
his classes.
yes,
Wow.
sir.
That is phenomenal. So then you go to your next competition. How have you done? What's happened since then? How many competitions have you done since that first
Um,
one?
yeah,
Maybe
since
five.
then we've done 5. Right after that, we went to Marble Falls to the Howdy Roo, and again put the classes back to work, and ended up walking away 4th overall with that.
Heck yeah.
Got us a first place chicken and a second place brisket. So, hey,
Yeah.
those classes, I'm telling you, we're a walking example. These classes work. So,
Yeah.
Exactly.
but yeah, and then after that, we kind of did a couple more after that, and a little bit all over the board. We were kind of in some different territories we weren't used to. So,
Right.
but still did very well. Been placing in the top. Something's been placing in the top.
Oh
So,
yeah.
and then we just came home from the Gustine homecoming cook-off that they had there last weekend, and ended up walking away with the GC again. So, um,
Wow.
yeah.
That's pretty awesome. That's
Mhm.
pretty awesome.
I'm going there next year. Look, everything y'all getting firearms and doing cook-offs. Holy
Yeah,
cow!
that AR-15. I'm like going, man, look at this. I wanted to
Yeah.
post a picture. Y'all had this picture of y'all on Facebook that it was both of y'all together and you holding that AR-15. I was like, oh man, that'd be good. And I was like, sure enough, if I take that thing and post it as a picture, they're gonna jerk it down on me because we got an AR-15 in it. And I was like,
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna have my banner taken down because of that picture. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
we
That's
got
okay.
another with you holding all the trophies. I was like,
And she's a
that'll
teacher.
suffice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is too funny.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's been awesome. We're definitely on a high from all of this, and it's really cool to see kind of how it's all changed in a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
um,
But after the class, yes, everything has changed
yeah.
dramatically.
That's the thing too, because when you get out and you start doing good, you start winning, you start walking. it just makes you feel good. It gives you a little pep in your step, and then all of a sudden, you go to a competition and you're just excited to go because win, lose or draw, I'm going to at least be able to halfway do decent now. And as you go, you're building more friendships and relationships with all of our barbecue
Hmm.
brothers and sisters. And to me, that's what it's about. And we've got so many people that's done. We've got Rick that's done really well. He's taken a couple classes from Lee and Corey, and just, man, this guy's been absolutely killing it. And he's just absolutely loves it. And we've got Larry, Dwayne Anderson, we've got Steve. There's so many people that's taken these classes, and they was in the same boat as you. I just wasn't walking. I was not consistent. I was having struggles, and it's not fun. And
Right.
Yeah.
it's a lot funner when you start walking, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
Yes,
it's so much
absolutely.
more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, and
they
that's
were talking last night, Mike. It's funny. They used to go to the cook off and they'd be going, "Oh gosh, so and so's here. Oh gosh, so and so's
yeah,
here." They're going, "Oh, guess what? We don't care no more."
that's it. That's it. I remember that because I was kind of the same way. Even up to a couple years ago, man, I had won a lot of grand champions, and I would tell my wife, I was like, "Man, look over there. There's so and so. He's good. Looking over there." And she said, "Do you not think you're good?" And I was like, "No, not really." She was like, she said, "You can hold your own with any of them." And I was like, "Yeah, but they're there." She said, "Quit thinking that away. Everybody's going to be good. Just go out and
Hmm.
cook." So.
Yep.
All right, so all that's done. You're killing it. And you're having fun. I got a couple questions then. So,
Sure.
give me what is give me a couple things that you have learned that's different that helped you with the class. Give me a pro tip, one or two pro tips that you can share. You don't have to give the farm away, but just the pro tip that got you going in the right direction. Because we always want to help people. And that's the
Yeah.
thing. I mean, it's fine. Joey's fine. We're all fine. We all want to help people. We're not going to tell you necessarily exactly 100% of what we're doing, but we always want to give people some help. So you're struggling. You're doing terrible. You don't even have enough money to fill up your tank. You're about ready
Right.
to quit this, and then you get in. You take Joey's class. You do all that. You get out. What did you take away from it? What was the main? I'll let each one of y'all answer that because I'm sure you probably got one.
Well,
Kirk's probably
yeah.
got. What did you take away from that could help
Well,
somebody?
our biggest thing is we knew how to cook it. We knew when it was done. It was our flavor profile, seasonings, like most professional barbecuers like Joey. You use so many different seasonings, and
Right.
trying to balance it out where it's not enough seasoning, too much injection, not enough injection. I mean, once we kind of learned how to balance our flavor profile, I think that really helped us out a lot.
Okay.
I think
Yeah,
your trimming process, your technique you learned helped you out a
right.
lot
That's
too.
Yeah.
exactly that's exactly where I was going. Yeah, the trimming process definitely is a huge thing. We were not even close on anything.
Hmm.
So that is one thing, but I'm a huge overthinker about everything, and so that's also another thing I've learned is I've got to stop overthinking everything that
Yep.
I want to change. I just need to keep doing what I'm doing and stop second guessing myself and overthinking it because it's going to be okay.
That's right. I know we got a lot of steak cookers on here. I want to see one of my steak cookers post one of the things that's always said in steak. There's 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 always this little saying. John Lindsay always says, and I know there's a couple other ones, but I wanted to see if they're still listening, if they're going to post it, and we'll see if they post anything in the comment. But you're right, you can't overthink it, right? That's the biggest
Hmm.
mistake that people make. They overthink it, and because you got attention to detail. Okay, that's one of them. Yeah, that is obviously one. But there we go. Scott got it. Have fun and cook a
Yeah.
steak. There it is right there. That was the one I was looking for. Have fun and cook a steak. And that's what it is. You overthinking it. Have fun and cook the
Yep.
barbecue, right? That's it. Scott, thank you. That was the exact thing. Have fun and cook a steak. When you can go and show up at these barbecue competitions, have fun and cook. Don't
Yep.
overthink it. Don't over and don't. You always tell people all the time, You're cooking for a backyard person, a judge. These are just locals. They're right off the street. We try to come in and throw all the stuff that we see on Barbecue Pit Masters and do all this stuff and 500 pounds of sugar and this and that. And they take a bite and their cavities are killing them. And holy cow, man, what in the world are you thinking? And you get crushed. And you back off. And I think Joey just kind of nailed it. When he showed you some of the things to do. And I think you just gave some people some really good pro tips. Backyard cookers, obviously, but the IBCA, this BCA, all these cookers, I think you just nailed it. Don't overthink it, don't overanalyze it, just do what you're taught and cook it, and I think you come way out ahead. Don't you?
Yep. I agree. That is, I mean, I think, and then we kept overthinking everything, so we stopped having fun. And that's when it was like, well, should we still do this or not? And, after we took the class and now we're kind of rocking and rolling, we're back to having fun again. And, we found even like we can sit in the trailer for a little bit and actually breathe and laugh and have fun and not be so uptight about it. So,
right.
And I think that's so important because we got into this to do it together. So why not have some fun together?
Yeah, I
Awesome.
think that's the biggest thing. Don't you, Joey, when you get people together, especially,
Definitely. Definitely.
My wife, she loves going to competition. I know Cassie, she loves to go out with you. It's just fun to be able to have something, that y'all can do together. And I think to me, that is one thing that just strengthens the relationship, right? You're there with your spouse, your loved one, and you can go out and you can do that. I mean, I have a huge background in drag racing, and it's not like I can strap my wife in and make a pass at 215 miles an hour on a drag strip. I don't think that would work. So, but
dang! If you had a seat, I'd go with it. Next.
So anyway, but that's the great thing about barbecue. That's the great thing about our steak cookers. Just like here we go, like they said right here, Chuck and Vanessa, just have fun.
Yes.
And it's the little things that you're learning. You're relaxing. You've got your notes. Keep good notes. Make little tweaks, little small adjustments. And that's how you'll continue to improve. That's the one thing that I can tell you there. So Scott says, I love when my wife comes to the competition, but I'm starting not to like her competing against me. She's getting good. Oh, don't worry, Scott. Cassie will kick Joey's butt any day of the week. So
yeah, that's why I only allow her to compete once a year.
That's it. That's it. But
great. She's in the next room. She's probably going to come next weekend. Thanks.
Yeah, great. So, but that's the thing, and I think a lot of people don't realize sometimes you can overthink it. You can overthink it in barbecue. You can overthink it even in steak competitions and stuff. So, I mean, I saw this man right here, Scott. He had 3 steaks. He's cooking. He post on here, hey, I'm going to be eating these steaks while I'm watching the show. And I was sitting there looking at them, and I saw one was a little darker than the other, and I was like, I wonder if he's trying some different rubs, because one had a definitely dark, and it could have been the camera angle or something. And I was like, I wonder if he's trying something different. So, that's the thing. You can make little tweaks, little changes. But to me, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter so much what we think. It matters what happens when you take it to the competition and the judge eats it. That's what's gonna be the defining moment.
For sure. Yeah. And Stephanie, they realized too, we talked about it last night that they brought up to the deal, the profiles that they are able to run now, they're just running a regular Swift brisket from the grocery store that is playing with these guys with Wagyus because it's able to compensate for that flavor. And that's what's cool. They don't have to go buy no $100 piece of meat to go out here and get these GCs. They're doing it right out of the grocery store.
Yeah, you can go get you a really good, well-marbled prime brisket and win with the best of them. So, Let's see. Scott said, yep, that was my wife's rub. Good eye. Yeah, good eye. Hey, Scott, maybe you need to slip in there and find out what rub she's using if you're a little worried about it. I definitely could tell the one on that far left side or the top part of the screen looking at it. I was like, I could definitely tell it was a darker rub. I'm pretty observant. That's just who I am, and I catch things and look at things, and I don't just, oh, there's steaks there. I'm kind of looking at what these guys are doing. Scott's taking our classes. Here's another guy. Once again, he's our steak cooker. Never had cooked a competition in his life. Bought, I don't remember whose class he originally started with. It was either Terry's or John's, I think. And he goes to his first competition. I think it was 63 teams. He posted a picture of a trophy last week. And did anybody remember what this is? And I remembered. I said, that's the first trophy that you ever won at your very first competition. And if I recall, I think he got a seventh place stake at his first competition he ever went. There was 62, 63 teams there, and I think 18 of the top 20 in the points chase was there. And he got out, he had fun, and he cooked the steak, and he walked, and that's what it takes. So had fun doing it, right?
Most definitely.
So, and that's the whole thing. So anyway, well, I'm glad y'all are having fun doing it. I appreciate you coming on and telling your story tonight, giving us a few little pro tips. Looking forward, what's kind of on the horizon for you guys?
I think we've decided we've got a pretty busy June. We keep hearing from everybody, if you're walking, keep going. So,
yes, that's how you learn.
Yeah, let them know what is y'all's standing in the points chase in Lone Star right now? Where y'all at?
I believe if I've calculated it all correctly, they haven't updated it yet, but I believe we should be standing in second. If I've calculated it
unofficial, but
unofficial. I don't know if I've got everything there because I am not the official person. But
wow, that is great, guys.
But yeah,
that is awesome.
Second or third. Right now, I know we're sitting at third. So, but that doesn't have all of our points in it from all these last cook-offs. So yeah.
Wow.
Well, I'm just proud because every time I've cooked with Kick Poke, I've always runnered up because he's been on that first place brisket kick. But thank you so much for knocking him off his pedestal. Because he needed it. I hear that, Kick Poke. I'm telling you, I'm coming, and hell's coming with me.
That is funny.
No, and we've definitely met so many awesome people through barbecue that we never would have met had we not gotten started and had not kind of started doing well and kept going. So we've definitely met some really awesome people that became some good friends. So it's really fun now.
That's good. That's what barbecue is all about, and just state cookers can tell you alike. Well, Kirk and Jennifer, we appreciate you coming on, telling your story, sharing how you got started in it, because that's the whole thing. We want to give the new up and comers a platform, a chance to talk about it. People now know who you are. They see the name. They know it's Atomic Barbecue Cooking.
Atomic Cookers.
There we go. Atomic Cookers. And that to me is great. People will know. You'll meet more friends and stuff like that. It was funny. We had Rick. We had this little deal when we did a little video with Rick after he done grand champion, I don't know. He had a grand champion, a reserve grand champion. He was just crushing it. We did a little video, and we was at a competition. He's like, man, this guy's been on fire, tearing it up. 3 grand champions and a reserve grand champion his last 4 competitions. He said, man, you posted that video. I had 9 million people reaching out to me for friend requests. He was like, hey, we're coming. I didn't know who all these people were. And he's like, that was crazy. And I was like, good deal, buddy. So you're now on the map. Everybody's after you. So
yep, they guys want to taste his spritz, or he wants to look at their pictures.
Exactly it. Well, I appreciate you guys being on tonight. Thank you so much.
Yes.
And we are
absolutely
certainly looking forward to keep us updated and let us know how you're doing. And
yes, sir.
Absolutely.
And we certainly do want to. The Bible says give honor where honor is due, and I think y'all are definitely deserving of somebody that's been cooking less than a year to jump out there and having fun and doing what you love to do. You've seen a wonderful experience with Joey and what he's doing for the Texas Chrome, so I like that because you can kind of give us feedback. We don't get to see it. I haven't been there yet. I want to, but you will.
Well, they got great hearts, Mike. They've got great hearts. So, they've been with me thick and thin through Operation Barbecue Relief. They've helped us there.
Oh, okay.
Come help with the foundation.
OBR.
Yes.
Okay.
OBR.
Yeah. That's awesome. Okay, that is awesome.
Yes,
well,
and they've been great people.
That's great.
Yeah, and we definitely, we wouldn't be where we are without this guy. I point because he's in the next room.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. So we're very, very grateful for Joey and Cassie. They've done a lot for us. And, like I said, we're walking examples of what this class can do. So,
Yeah, that's
100%.
good. That's good. Well, I appreciate it, Joey. Man, I appreciate it, man. This has been fun.
It has been. Thank y'all. That it's been everything, and thank y'all for be willing to. A lot of we've got some students for all of us that are on barbecue champs that don't want to share their story. So thank y'all for
Yeah.
doing that for us because
Of
we love
course.
to hear these success stories. It makes us more feel good. We already know the classes are proven. We know they work,
Right.
but it's just cool to hear it from you guys and be on a show and just absolutely awesome. And can't wait to see where y'all go from here because I'm gonna watch every minute of it and be a happy guy. So
That's it.
Well, thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for having us. We
Yes,
enjoyed
thank
it.
you, Mike.
We appreciate it. Thanks a lot. I hope everybody's enjoying it. Joey, I know you're cooking this week kind of in your backyard. I think you're doing a KCBS competition. So good
yes,
luck.
sir.
Good luck this. That's in Cedar Hill? Cedar
Cedar
Park?
Park.
Cedar
So
Park. Yeah.
anybody that's cooking that hears me out there, we're going to make an announcement tomorrow. We actually are moving locations, so be on the alert for that because due to the weather, we're heading
Okay.
to pavement. So you'll be safe and sound and no
Good.
muddy field. So we're working on
That's
that
good.
as we speak. So
That's good. That is great. Well, I hope everybody's enjoyed the show. We always look forward to getting together with everybody on Tuesday night, 7 o'clock Central, having a lot of fun and talking barbecue, talking steak, talking all things, everything barbecue and steak. We'd like to mix it up, have fun doing this. I appreciate everybody being here. Thank you, Rick. I certainly do appreciate it. We're going to be reaching out to a lot of you guys and gals and getting you on our show as well. I think it's great to hear from customers and let you tell your story. And a lot of you guys are doing very good, and y'all deserve the bragging rights of y'all's own record and what y'all have accomplished. And that's what we want to be able to give you that opportunity to be able to do so. I hope everybody's enjoyed it. We'll be back, Lord willing, next Tuesday night at 7 o'clock Central, as we're going to have a couple more guests on here. And if you have any questions, you can always, always, always reach out to us on our Facebook page. And we're looking forward to continuing to keep that barbecue trail rolling, the state competitions rolling for everybody. And we're looking forward to seeing everybody next Tuesday. Once again, 7 o'clock Central. As we close out all of our shows, have a lot of fun and smoke on.